Skrulnik.
Skrulnik. What's that? That was a Clerks reference. There we go. Welcome to Unprofessional Movie Reviews. This is Mark. This is Billy. This is his long hair, and this is my shaggy hair. Wow. It just does whatever you want it to, doesn't it? We're doing the really anticipated, really waited for it movie, The Revenant, by I practiced it too. Alejandro Inarritu. They were with the G. There's Gonzalez, so a lot of people just put AGI is what people call him now. So I need to get into that habit.
Wait, is it Inarritu or Inarritu? Nosferatu.
Nosferatu. It's made by Nosferatu.
Alejandro Nosferatu.
Okay. Anyways, follow-up of Birdman. This is his high budget. We're gonna talk all about it. It's nothing like Birdman, though. Holy shit! It's just nothing like Birdman. It's not even close. Okay. The way this works is one of us is gonna give you a little synopsis about the movie without giving too much away. I might do it this time because I always make you do them.
I also think you've seen the trailer more times than I have, so you'll know what's
so I know what isn't spoiler. That's why I'm glad you read my mind. Okay, and then we're going to talk about our positives, which is going to be a lot. And then we're going to talk about our negatives, which I'm surprised with how many I have.
I'm surprised with how intense mine are, but we'll get to that.
Wow. Me too. Actually, mine's kind of, some are pretty major. Okay. This movie, it's got a lot of good actors in it, with Leonardo DiCaprio, Tom Hardy, Will Poulter, Domhnall Gleeson. Hey, look, told you Domhnall Gleeson's good. We'll get to that. Told you. Okay, and then, so it's directed by Alejandro. We'll just call him Alejandro. So it's Leonardo DiCaprio plays a trapper in the 1820s, you said?
Yeah, that's what the website said.
Okay. 1820s in the Old West, in the very, don't think like Bang Bang Cowboy Old West, think Dances with Wolves
Louisiana
Old West.
Purchase.
Think like New Frontier Old West.
Yeah, like Lewis and Clark. Not like...
although it was 100 years after Lewis and Clark.
Yeah.
Or around that. I don't know when our country was founded. Okay, so he gets mauled by a bear. He's a trapper, gets mauled by a bear. He's with a bunch of people, and he gets betrayed. I'm not going to say how. He gets betrayed by Tom Hardy's character, and it's him after he's been mauled, and he's just shitty, destroyed, trying to get, it's him trying to get revenge, and he's got to live through this winter, and it's amazing, and alright, there you go. Does it get revenge? You'll have to watch. Okay, there you go. Synopsis. Start off with positives. Go.
Cinematography, the landscape shots, and the arboreal shots of the trees. Oh, gorgeous. I'd be very interested to learn more about the cameras they used for this, especially with some of the rack focus shots that they used, where you can see like elements of the foreground moving, like, as they're pulling back with the lens. That was cool.
The cinematography, knowing that they did nothing but natural light.
Oh yeah,
that amazes me, because this doesn't look like a lot of these shots. And I'm gonna, believe it or not, I'm gonna get to this on my negatives. I'm really sorry, but a lot of these shots don't look possible. Mm-hmm. They are too pretty.
Yep.
And then I was gonna say, where you said with landscapes, I'm gonna say they do a lot of like close-ups, and it reminds me a lot of like Planet Earth, if you ever watch a documentary, where it's just like, let's look at this moss on a rock. And I'm like, look at that moss! And it looks amazing! And it just out of nowhere, like, over these close-ups, the leaves that were encased in ice. Did you see that shot? So they did these amazing close-ups that look beautiful.
The waterfall where it's looking through the tunnel of ice. That was amazing.
Okay, sorry to steal that, but I wanted to add on to it.
Yeah. Performances, Tom Hardy, he's got such a great knack for creating character voices unique to whatever malleable shape his face is in, whatever they've done to him in makeup and character design. He was fantastic.
He was.
Leo was great. He's always great.
Give him his goddamn Oscar. He was great.
I'll also get into him with my negatives.
You're the reason he doesn't have an Oscar, aren't you?
Everything in this movie that's meant to get your attention in a negative way, like guttural, visceral imagery, totally does. There was a moment where I gagged a little bit, and I don't do that to movies because I know how they do everything.
Yeah.
So, like, I never see a gory part in a movie, and I'm like, oh God. But this totally has a moment like that where I was like, oh shit, that's bad. That happened like 9 times.
There's a couple really bad,
gruesome deaths too that really got my attention.
And with the gore, most of it was practical, and that made it look so much better. So, like, people just playing in wounds, and it doesn't look fake. It because you can just see it's makeup, but still at the same time, you're like, he's really touching it inside his wound. And the gore, and I'm not trying to say like gore like horror movie gore, but how violent and how not afraid this movie is surprised me in a great way. I knew it was going to be violent because I knew about the bear scene, but I didn't quite know how far they were going to go, and I loved it. And that's my opinion.
Great score, and that's my last positive.
Okay, I'm gonna hit with some of the performances you didn't. I'm gonna agree with Tom Hardy. I think Will Poulter was the guy from We Are the Millers.
Yeah.
There's a scene in this where I was like, who is this kid? There's a scene where he gets freaking hit with the back of a gun, and he like cry screams. And in this cry, and it's not like it's not like a bad cry scream. In this cry scream, I felt like so many different emotions that this guy threw, and I was like, wow, this kid's way better than I gave him credit for. And We Were the Millers. And then another thing I'm now looking forward to is he's going to be playing Pennywise in a remake of It. Huh. At least he was at one point. They ditched the director, so I hope they're still keeping Will Poulter, because I would really like to see him as Pennywise.
One thing I will say about that character, and I know I should just wait for my negatives, but I'm just going to bring it up. They should have made him stop shaving for this movie.
Oh, yeah.
He was babyface the whole time. I don't care how wispy and pathetic his facial hair is. You're in the wilderness for months at a time. Nobody's shaving. I highly doubt he brought a razor with him shaving.
I actually did notice that. I was
is he prepubescent? I'm confused. Anyway,
all right, okay. Well, they call him Kid a lot, but
he's not 13.
I actually think, I'm going to agree with all yours, but I'm going to say, like, the performances were amazing. Or Donald Gleason, I don't know if you agree, but I think Donald Gleason in this, he was playing the captain. I think he was great. And I sometimes am on the fence with him. I really liked him in Ex Machina. I didn't like him in Star Wars. I really liked Donald Gleason in this. And I didn't really like him in Frank, but
I'm still not sold on Donald Gleason.
Oh, damn it! I thought this would do it! Oh!
I mean, he did exactly what he was supposed to for this movie. I don't think he was unexceptional. I thought he was great. I just thought that, he's hasn't done anything to wow me yet.
Okay. Alright. I think we're good then with positives, but I'm gonna give thumbs up now and say that no matter how many negatives I have, I will still be giving this a higher rating than it sounds. Because I still really liked my positives. Mm-hmm. I really want to get a negative off my chest. Can I? Really quick?
Yeah, go do it.
Okay, this movie is really pretty. And I don't know if he's going to agree with me, but this movie was so pretty that the cinematography took away from the scene. And I didn't think I would ever say that before. I didn't, because I love it. I love how beautiful it was. And I'm staring at the beauty, and I don't give a shit about what people are talking about. It really took away from the story. I'm not paying attention to the story because I'm too busy looking at how the sun's reflecting off the water, and I'm not even listening. And then the swooping shots. You gotta give them a round of applause. They're shooting on location in the middle of the wilderness. All that was real. In the winter in Canada, it's gotta be cold, and they're still pulling off these really long, beautiful tracking shots. And a lot of them seemed unnecessary. And I'm a tracking shot fiend. I love me some tracking shots. But it kept, like, I was paying less attention. It was making it hard to focus on what's going on, because instead of just a guy talking, it's like, and I'm like, I need the focus. Okay, I had to get that off my chest.
Okay.
That was a negative.
My biggest negative in this whole movie is the first 2 acts of this movie is about sleeping and building shelters. That's it.
You're not a Jack London guy, or you're not a Henry David Thoreau type? Transcendentalism. No, I agree with you.
We don't need to see every time he goes to bed.
I don't think we needed it for 2 hours. I'm glad we saw it because it showed us how he was surviving. I think it really did build a character that couldn't talk half of it. That really helped. But we could have got to the third act quicker. And the third act could have been 2 acts.
Right, but every scene with him in it for 2 hours was he gets up, he tries to find shelter, he goes to sleep. He gets up, he tries to find shelter, he goes to sleep. He gets up, he meets somebody who builds him a shelter, and he goes to sleep. It's...
Vision Quest, don't forget the visions!
Another big negative, there's a lot of Native American language. Ree, I think is what they said it was. Or Pawnee, one of the two.
Pawnee's one, then Ree's one, they mentioned Sioux once.
But they must have just had the shittiest audio capture on these guys because...
I know exactly the scene you're talking about.
Horrible.
It looked like Bruce Lee bad syncing for a scene. And I don't know if that was intentional or what that was.
It was very distracting.
That took me out of that scene.
I hated it. And it was consistent with every time there was a Native American speaking, they had to redub over the tracking so that you could hear them. Yeah. And it was like external too, which was weird. So there's a lot of weird level stuff going on with that as well. So
I don't know if that... I honestly, that might have been... I mean, you make a film so particular, it's weird that he let that go through with how... Slip. Yeah, it's weird. So I don't know if that was intentional, and if it was intentional...
It was a dumb choice.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say that. If that was intentional, I don't understand. I don't understand why, and it was a bad idea, so it's still a negative even if that was intentional. I think I had a couple... I think the pacing of this movie was off, and I agreed with what you were saying about the first 2 acts, although I still think that there's moments in those first 2 acts that made my jaw drop that I love.
Keep those.
Yeah, keep those. But I do think the pacing was, I mean, it felt longer than 3 hours.
it was like 2 3/4.
Yeah, it was 2 3/4, and in the pacing, I'm really just like... I'm not a Neanderthal that needs explosions and talking, but it's really hard to pay attention to wake up, fall asleep, groan a bunch, eat some bugs, go back to sleep, without something to pay attention to. And the pacing did just... I couldn't tell you where the first act ended and where the second act started at all. Mm-hmm. Those molded together. But... yeah, I'm still going to say, all this being said, there was still some really amazing moments, and I want to watch this movie again to see what I missed. And now that I know how the story goes, to just stare at the background more. Mm-hmm. If you had another negative...
I wanted to bring up Leo again. You mentioned him groaning a lot. He has this high, cracky voice, so it's like... when he groans.
Lots of that.
It's very off-putting, and it comes up very false, just because... of the type of man he's supposed to be for this time period, and the type of person he is in real life, and it doesn't scream like man in dire situation, man in pain, man trying to get attention or trying to communicate. It comes off as teenage boy in pain, and it's odd because I think I just know him too well. I know him too well. I've seen too much with him in it.
I might have to disagree. I agree with it being off-putting, but I don't know. I guess I've never been mauled by a bear, and I don't know the sounds I would make. But
you can hear it in his speaking voice. Like it's his voice. That's the thing.
Okay.
I know your voice wouldn't sound like that because I know your voice. That's what I'm saying. Right. It's the type of voice that you have. I think he could have done more voice work to come up with a unique choice where it would have been less off-putting.
Okay. All right. I mean, okay. I see what you're saying. Neither of our opinions are ever wrong in this show. You have yours, and I can have mine. But I do agree with that one. I think I'm done with my negatives. I think we're good.
Yeah, just know that my negatives that I've already said they've severely affected my rating for this movie. I will not be picking this movie up. Worth seeing. Definitely worth seeing. Go see it. I won't be buying it.
I put this as my number 3 most anticipated movies of the year. And I lived up to that. I was extremely, extremely excited. I was walking into this movie ready to give it what I gave Birdman, which was a 10 out of 10, my only 10 out of 10. And I was ready to do it. So, mine might be higher than his, but it hurt to go down as low as I did.
Mm-hmm.
And I still really did like it.
You go first.
I'm going to give it 7.5 out of 10 Skelt people.
Hey, that's what I gave Star Wars. 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah, it is.
I gave it 6 out of 10 Burning Coyotes.
All right, if it was under 5, 6 I'm okay with because I actually fought really hard to get to 7.5.
And I mean, you guys know I'm a harsh critic.
He's a harsh critic, and I'm not offended by your 6. I'm not offended by your 6.
Yeah.
But I think you guys should go see this movie. I'm planning on buying it because I want to see this movie again. I'm not going to watch it as much as I watch Birdman. I'm not going to watch it like, let's sit down and watch Ex Machina. It's going to be like, you haven't seen Revenant? All right, let me get some whiskey and we'll fight through Revenant so you can see it. That's what this movie's going to be like for me. Because I think everyone needs to see it, but it's not going to be like a let's sit around and watch it type movie. Okay.
So let us know what you think in the comments. Hit us up on Twitter or Facebook.
And like and subscribe if you haven't. And also, we did a review for the Revenant trailer. It's actually, as of now, our highest viewed review for the Revenant trailer. So we'll put a link in the description. So if you want to check that out, check that out. What do you think they should check out from us?
We watched The Gallows last year.
Oh!
So,
the worst.
watch our review for The Gallows.
Oh.
I'm kidding, no. I mean, watch our review. Don't actually watch The Gallows. We've done a lot of movies. We've done
a lot of movies.
I think one of my favorite reviews that we did was for Boyhood. I really enjoyed reviewing.
Oh, yeah. Go back and watch our review for Boyhood.
Not one of my favorite movies, but it was a fun review to do.
Not one I would suspect you. I thought you were going to say like Birdman or something, but
I wasn't there.
Oh, you weren't there.
Taylor.
I won't put the link for Birdman then.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
Yeah, check out our review for Boyhood.
Boyhood, our Revenant trailer, and click like if you haven't. And as usual, thank you guys for watching. Do you got anything else before I'm
Scrollnick?
Bye!